Hi grade 2s and sneaky grade 1s. If you decided to have a sneak peek, that's okay. But grade 2s, I really want you to understand this next concept. Please do not move on until you have finished adding 1 and adding 2 without regrouping. That would be a mistake. If you've got these done, the picture's been taken, and maybe your parents have already emailed it to me, then you're ready for the next step. As you probably figured out, adding is not always small numbers. Sometimes it's bigger numbers. And we have to know what trick to use to take care of bigger numbers that might not work using the exact same strategies. So really, it's just one more step to be able to follow all the rules and do adding of bigger numbers when a thing called regrouping is required. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. So this is called adding with regrouping. Regrouping means trading. It means knowing if something is in the 1s or the 10s. It means knowing that it takes a group of 10s, like 10 frame, to make a rod. It means knowing that we can trade 10 1s and 1 10, and it still means 10. Adding with regrouping means that sometimes you have to switch from the 1s to the 10s, and subtracting someday later means you have to switch back. Not that tricky. Have a look. Adding with regrouping. I take a number like 47 plus 22, no trouble, equals 7 plus 2 is 9, straight down. 4 plus 2 is 6, straight down. This question didn't need regrouping because this digit right here, that 9, fit in its parking spot, no trouble. Okay? That's kind of the thing you have to watch out for with regrouping. You can never, ever, 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 for the rest of your life, have 2 numbers parked in the 1s column. That's a parking violation. Cannot have a 2-digit number like 10, like 18. You cannot ever have a 2-digit number down here. So you need a trick. What are you going to do? Well, switch colors. If we take a number like 47 and we add it to a number like 28, this is going to demonstrate the problem and the solution to regrouping. So we take our little blocker, we cover up the 10s column, and we say 7 plus 8. 7 plus 8. We can double 7 plus 1. Double 8 is 16, take away 1. 7 plus 8 is 15. I try to write a 15 down here. Woo, woo, woo. We got trouble, we got trouble, we got trouble. You cannot put a 2-digit number here, ever. But that's okay, because we understand that 15 is really just 110, right? And 5 1s. So, do we have a 10 in the 1s column? No, of course not. It belongs in the 10s column. But how do we get it there? Here's what happens. Think of something that you can take in your hands and break it apart. I like to think of a bun. Since we're at home, This is one of the few places that this is an advantage. So I have a bun. So I want you to imagine my 15. It's a 2-digit number, and I have to split apart the 10s from the 1s. I'm going to grab that bun in my hand, and I'm going to rip it in half, for reals. And the 1s are going to go down to their proper parking spot, and the 10s are going to go up to a new parking spot. They're going to pull away from each other. Ready? So this is 15. Here's my 1 group of 10s, my 5 1s, and ripped it in half. Down go the 5s. Here's where I need another pair of hands. Down goes the 5 from my 15, and up goes the 1s. And it goes to the 10s column because that's where 1 group of 10 would live. A group of 10 cannot live in the 1s column. 5 1s cannot live in the 10s column. So when I take my 15, down go the 5 1s, right where they belong. They've got a parking spot for 1 digit. Up go my 1 group of 10s. Now, I've added my 1 group of 10s, this half of the bun, to the top of the 10s column. So I just add it in. Now I have 3 numbers to put together. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Dun, 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 dun. 47 plus 28 equals 75. To get the right answer for this question, I have to have my 1s go down, 1 group of 10 go up here to the top, straight above, not off to the side, not a little check mark, not a little dot, straight up a number 1 and straight down to a number 7. This question gets 3 check marks. Think about that for a minute. What a great trick. Take the bun and take it up to where it belongs. Bring it up to the 10s column. Of course, we're going to try another one. I wouldn't leave you there, would I? All right, my angels, let's see if this marker works. So, any number below 50. Sure. 37. Whoops, I didn't write on the line. Sorry about that. 37 plus 54. Sure. Why not? No trouble. Let's have a look. I'm going to cover up my 10s column and just deal with my 1s. You know, sometimes you can only just deal with one thing at a time. Deal with the 1s first. Always 1s first. Cover it up. Cover it up. 7 plus 4. Put the big number in your hand. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Parking emergency. I don't have 2 spots there. There is only 1 spot under that. Take that 11. Take it in your hand. Here's my bun. Take it in your hand. You're holding that 11 and down goes the 1 and up to the 10s goes the 1 group of 10s. Down go the 1s and up go the 10s. Now my 10s column has an extra friend. No problem. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 4, plus 5. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 5 is 9. 91. Big bubbles, no troubles. It's a good trick. I have only 1 digit parked in my 1s column. I carried 1 group of 10 to the top of the 10s column and 1 group of 10s in my answer. Boys and girls, this is regrouping. Adding with regrouping. 2-digit adding with regrouping. It can go on and on to bigger digits, and I can show you that another day. But today, I want to make sure you're comfortable with this before I show you your note and give you your practice paper on this, okay? Grade 2, really important skill. Let's try another one. Okay, let's see. Mrs. Leslie, what am I, maybe 29 years old and holding? Plus, oh, let's see. Let's do another 29. All right, notice my plus sign is out beside my bottom number. My equals is right on the line. And now I'm going to start adding. 9 plus 9 is 18. 2 plus 2 is 4. 29 plus 29 is 418. Oh dear, I think I've got trouble. That's not reasonable at all. Let's try again. I'm erasing. It's a red eraser. We have to allow ourselves a little bit of latitude in these situations, eh? Okay, try again. Switch colors. 29 plus 29. Covered up. 9 plus 9 is 18. Whoops! Parking, parking. That's a 2-digit number. I am not allowed to put a 2-digit number in the ones column. I have to only put the ones. So I'm going to grab my 18 bun. Grab it in your hands. Come on, grab it with me. And down goes the 8. And up goes the 1. Does that look right? Look at it. Oh, I see a problem. Do you see a problem? I just put 8 ones and 1 1. It's in the ones zone, in the ones parking lot. That's not right. Let's try that again. Take it out. Erasing, erasing, erasing. All right, 9 plus 9 is 18. Down goes the 8 and up comes the 1 straight on top of the 10s because it's one group of 10s. Okay, 1 plus 2 is 5. Now that looks more reasonable. 29 plus 29, sure, it can be 58 because that's almost 30. That's almost 30. 30 plus 30 is 60. Bang on. I get a check mark here for putting 8 ones. I get a check mark here for bringing one group of 10 to the top of the tens column. And now I get a check mark here. Beautiful. This is regrouping. 2 digits, adding. One more before I let you go. 85 plus 17. Sure. Why not? Cover up the 10s with your little blocker. Look straight down the ones first, every time. Always, always, always go to the ones. 5 plus 7, well, that's like 5 plus 5 is 10 and 2 more is 12. Parking, parking. I can't have a 12, so I'm going to take that 12 and down goes the 2 and up goes the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 1 more is 10. Oh, ho, ho. I got to go into the hundreds column to put my 10. That's a story for another day. I let it slip. 85 plus 17 is 102. Do you think you're ready to try it on your own? Your parents might have other language for how to do this, but they learned how to do it by carrying the 1. We are carrying it. That's the one group of 10 in the bun. Hopefully it won't be too confusing if you talk to your parents about it as well. Let me clean this up for a minute. Little bit of housekeeping. Keep that one. That one. All right. So boys and girls, here's our lesson. I'm going to give you a picture of this to go with your practice. But it would be too confusing on its own. This is a paper copy of our lesson. So I'm going to give this to you, and then I'm going to give you some practice. Grade 2, adding with regrouping. Number 1, watch my video first. Check. 34 plus 17. I need to think. Always start with the ones. Add my ones first. So 34 plus 17 is 11. Sirens. Parking violation. That's really 110 and 1. Grab that bun. There's no 10s allowed in the ones column, and break it apart. Zip your 10 up to the 10s column. Add with 10s. So 4 plus 7 is 11. Bring it up. Think 11. Up go the 1 for the 10s column. Down goes the 1. 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 5. Add the 10s, last 5 10s. So 34 plus 17 is 51. And our check marks are all going to be like this. I did my ones column first. I carried to the top of my 10s column, and now I've got my 10s. That is what every question is going to look like in your practice. Here is your practice. And I'll put a photograph of this up for you as well. This is your practice question. I've put a few little boxes here to remind you to park your answers here. And when we're regrouping, just a little tip so it won't get all squishy. Leave room above and below each question. We need extra space because we're taking up an extra whole full-size digit above the 10s column when we regroup, and we're doing it again underneath. So here are some regrouping questions for you to practice with. If you are not sure, remember, just cover up the 10s. You only have to deal with one thing at a time. Deal with the ones column. Put a new level on the 10s column. Add it down. Add it up. You've got this. These are good tricks. Grade 2s, when you finish this, have your parents take a picture of it for me and send it in. Always start with your ones column. Imagine a 0 where you need to. That was for the last practice, but it still is true. And last but not least, a thinking question. Do this paper first. What number do we always carry up to the top of the 10s column? Do your paper first and then find out. Good luck. Text me if you're having trouble. Bye for now.